Hello, this is Damien. I'm here today to show you a little trick for how to slow your mouse down with a key press. In my case, I've set it to use the CapsLock key, but that helps for when you're trying to draw with fine detail. So let me show you. So these are my mouse settings right here. I can move it around and it moves pretty good with just a small motion with my wrist. And so for most things it's fine. For moving to buttons and things it's fine, but when I really want to like control fine motion, like in this region right here, which I want to select, I want to slow my mouse down so that I get better precision. And you know, one way to do that is to open up your settings and change it to something slower, like here, if I can change it to 1. But now I have to make big motions with my arm in order to move this mouse just a little ways, and so I have to make a big motion to get to here, and then I can do my small motion. And the other problem with this is that you have to open up settings every time, and it's just not very conducive to working quickly. So I set up a hotkey. I found a way to do that. So AutoHotKey is a program that allows you to program certain keys on your keyboard to do whatever you want, essentially. Okay, so once you've installed AutoHotKey, you can create just a text file that looks like this. This is just kind of the beginning basic stuff. I type in my email address so often that I created a command to do that automatically for me. Just if I press F4 on the keyboard, it automatically types in my email address, and same thing with F5, it automatically types in this email address. But that's not really what I wanted to show you. That's just kind of a nice little trick that I've added over the years. But this is what I've learned more recently, is this little bit of code that I'll put in the links below, or the description below. And what this does here is when you press caps lock, it will slow the mouse down. So here I'm moving it at kind of a constant speed, and here it is when I'm pressing caps lock, and then here when I release it. So that's kind of what the idea is to make it so that it slows the mouse down and I have more fine control. In this case, I have it set to 3, and it's on a scale of 1 to 20. So I think when I brought up the settings, it was set at 14. So that's what this motion is right here, 14. And when I press the caps lock, it moves it down to 3. So you can change it to whatever you want with this number right here. You know, you don't have to use caps lock. It just, I think that works good because caps lock is ordinarily a useless key anyway. So it turns a mostly useless key into something useful. If you use caps lock, the caps lock key a lot, you might want to look into using some other key combination. In my case, I tried using it with like the Alt space key, and so for the Alt space, instead of caps lock there, it would have been something like, I think bang was a shortcut for Alt, and then space colon, that's what it would have been there. And you would have had to do it down here too. And right here though, you only would have needed the Alt key. And so here, because you don't have to wait for both the Alt and the space to come up, you just have to wait for the Alt to come up. So here it would have just been Alt, and in this case you would have had to type it out as ALT. So AutoHotKey, you have to kind of go through the directions and the README files and figure that stuff out, but I basically just explained the trick to doing that if you really want to. This slowing down the cursor thing is something that I've been looking for years. You know, like I can't believe Windows hasn't already incorporated this into the operating system by now. It's something that everybody has stumbled across this problem at some point, I think. once you create this text file, and again I'll put it in the description below, then you save it, and you can save it anywhere for now, but ultimately you should put it in your startup folder, which for me, this is where it is. You know, my user is called valued customer, but it would be under your username and then AppData, roaming, Microsoft, Windows Start menu. And so you save that file. You can either put the file itself or a shortcut to it where you save it in there. And then AutoHotKey, like the controls for it, you'll see it down here in the in your taskbar. And you have some options here. And anytime you save, you make changes to that script, you just reload the script and it updates itself. You can also edit the script and it opens it up for you right there. But yeah, so that's the trick to making your mouse move at a slow speed. So like in a real example here, as I move to somewhere close, I press caps lock. Let's get it there, caps lock, and now I can have fine precision as I get rid of draw my line. Oops, I had that backwards. Control Z. I want to remove that section, but so move it over here somewhere, and then press caps lock, and then I have nice control, and then there it is. All right, that's the trick. Hopefully that will save you some time. I have two YouTube channels, both of which contain essentially the same content. One contains the longer versions of my videos, which you're watching now. The other contains shorter 1-minute versions. So if you'd prefer to subscribe to the channel with the shorter 1-minute versions, I'll include a link to that in the description below. Or you can click on the short version of this video, which should appear in a box right about here, and that will take you to that channel where you can subscribe from there. And if you enjoyed the content of this video, please hit the like button right about here. And that's it. Thank you for watching.